We're at number 5. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in my top 5 favorite WrestleMania matches of all time. I can always, again, update this list when I maybe go back and watch some of the older stuff. I know, again, a lot of people are going to be like, well, why isn't Ultimate Warrior and, Hulk Hogan on here? And like I said, this is my own personal list. These are all the WrestleManias I've seen. I have not seen a lot of the Golden Era stuff, so unfortunately I cannot put some of those matches on here. These are the matches that I just find the most fun, the most enjoyable, and the best. We come back to WrestleMania 17. Now, I did say that TLC match was hands down the match of the night. I'll admit that. That was hands down the match of the night. And probably the best TLC match you'll ever see. But there's also another match that no one really talks about, but I have fond memories of. And it still holds up as one of the most fun three-way brawls ever. I'm talking about WrestleMania 17, the triple threat hardcore championship match between the current champion Raven versus the Big Show versus Kane. This was a 9-man match, so keep in mind this was a very short match. But this match, so much happened that I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. In fact, I watched this match about a few weeks ago. And it's still loads of fun. This was back when the Hardcore Championship was still under the 24/7 rule. Not like the 24/7 Championship, that steaming pile of dog shit. That title needs to die soon because that title is just stupid. The Hardcore Championship, though, that was fun. And it wasn't because of the brutal weapons they used. It was more on the spots, more of the environment. And this match may not be the most hardcore violent match. Like, there was not, like, gore or, thumbtacks or anything, but it was just fun. You start off the match basically with Raven in the ring, Kane comes out, and they just start brawling. They just start brawling. Big Show comes in, and the three of them get involved, and no more than maybe 30 seconds into the match, when all three of them hit the ring, they start brawling to the crowd, and they start brawling in the backstage area, around the arena. I remember when Big Show got Raven locked in a kennel, like a little kennel cage. He was trying to lock it, and Kane kicked the door open. And Big Show and Kane were fighting over who's going to get Raven. They put each other through a door. The infamous spot where they both were supposed to crash through the wall, and took a couple of tries, but they did. Actually, I think that was the door part. Kane tried to put Big Show through a door, and he couldn't get it the first time, but the second time he got him. And then they went through the wall. There's the infamous spot where Kane grabbed Raven and chucked him through a glass window, which was sick. But the infamous spot, well, there's two of them in my book, but the one infamous spot that everyone gets asked the questions about was the infamous Raven Kane golf cart incident. And I was fortunate to get a chance to meet Raven at StocktonCon during a WinterCon last year, just like a few months ago. I asked him this question, like, so what happened? If you remember, Kane jumped in the golf cart with Raven, and they crashed through, looks like the side of, like, almost like underneath the stadium, the arena. And they got stuck, they stopped. So, well, apparently when that happened, there was if you watch the match back, there's all these, like, lines, electrical lines around the bottom, like long lines, like on top of each other, side by side. Where he basically said that they were inches of pretty much cutting the power from this show. That this show would have been a dark WrestleMania show. They almost completely took out the power. that's just hilarious on itself. But another thing I've always noticed too with I gotta thank the Wrestling Gurus for this for Mitch. But there was also a spot when Kane gets a golf cart. First of all, Kane driving a golf cart with Teddy Long, back in the day, who was a referee, in the back driving. Kane had fully clothed attire with the mask, driving a golf cart with Teddy Long in the back. That's the thing of legend. When I see it, I always laugh. Just the image of that. Kane driving the golf cart with Teddy Long sitting in the back. In the trunk area. I can't get that out of my head. That's comedy gold. But Kane's like, chasing down Raven and Big Show. He's far away from them, and Kane's got to try to get to Raven. And so he drives over to Raven, and basically what happens is it looked like Kane accidentally runs over Raven's foot. Raven trips a little bit, and then Kane gets him in the leg or foot or something, runs him over. He runs his leg over in the golf cart. I mean, I'm glad he's okay, but holy shit, that was kind of funny, but must have sucked for Raven. But they start brawling. All three of these guys start brawling. They're back in the front on the main stage. We see Big Show. He looks like he's about to do something to Raven, like chuck him off the stage or something. Kane comes running down and big boots up Big Show. And Big Show and Raven go flying off the stage through this like glass box with a bunch of smoke everywhere. And then Kane pretty much saying, "Fuck this! I drank my Red Bull. I'm gonna fly." I think I can fly, even though I don't think Red Bull was even invented then. It was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna fly," and he ran and then flew in the air with this elbow drop. It looked like, I think it was an elbow drop. I think right into Big Show. And he pins Big Show to become the new hardcore champion. Whether you put this match on your personal favorites list, again, I put this a lot higher because it's so memorable. It's just a lot of fun. It's a fun match. But you cannot deny, even if this may not be one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time, or not even one of your favorites, you cannot deny this is at least one of the best hardcore championship matches you'll ever watch. You got the hardcore environment stuff, but you also had a little bit of comedy side to it. And it blended it so well. It was a fun match. And I watch it all the time, and I just love it. TLC, the TLC match was hands down a better match, but I have a lot more fun watching the triple threat match, this match. Yes, I will even say more than Stone Cold and The Rock. And I know that'll piss some people off, but again, like I said, with this top 15 ranking, this is just my personal opinion. This is not a fact. Like, this triple threat was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just one of my favorites. And this is a WrestleMania match. And if I did not put this match on here, I'd be lying. I love this match. And I really loved it. And it's actually quite funny now. Actually, this is the third match from WrestleMania 17. The first one was Shane and Vince. At number 15, then we had the TLC match, which was, I believe, number 10. TLC 2, and then this match. So we had 3 matches from WrestleMania 17. So that tells you that WrestleMania 17 had some fun moments. Now, some of you put Stone Cold and The Rock from WrestleMania 17 on there, and you know what? Like I said, I can't blame you. That was one of the best, one of the better main event world title matches at WrestleMania. Can't fault you for that. I even thought Triple H and Undertaker was a really good match. Very underrated. If you want my full review, you can check out on my channel. Go to the re-review series of the WrestleMania match pay-per-views. I did from 17 to I believe it was 33, I think. Maybe 34. But I did re-reviews on all those pay-per-views, so all updated. So you can hear my thoughts on each of those pay-per-views, what I thought. But no matter what I think about WrestleMania 17, whether I don't think it's the greatest WrestleMania of all time, and most people do, you cannot deny this match was just a ball and just fun. And stuff like this makes me miss the Hardcore Championship. And I mean the Hardcore Championship, not this jobber, pointless, ugly-looking title belt. A poor excuse for a championship called the 24/7 Championship. First, with that generic name. The minute they unveiled that title and then they had that name, I knew from the get-go it was going to be stupid. Now, keep in mind, now, granted, the 24/7 Championship had some fun stuff with R-Truth and stuff. So it's not the worst championship I've ever seen in my life, but it can't compare to the Hardcore Championship. The Hardcore Championship is just way more fun. The Crash Holly stuff would always be legendary. Hell, even WrestleMania 18 with the Hardcore title, backstage segments were some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. Especially when Christian won the belt from Molly and Molly Holly, and then immediately got pinned by Maven by a roll-up. That stuff still holds up. And this match too. This match is a lot of fun for me.